and welcome to my living room. I'm Ninti. I am a Black woman who lives in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a coder and I also have OCD. And so I'm just going to be chatting with you about my experiences coding in Atlanta, maybe like doing different things around Atlanta and like hanging out with my friends, and also like how I was able to like overcome so much in the midst of struggling with OCD. So if you would like to also stay tuned and like do my hair with me, because that's really what I'm doing, please join me. So I'm doing 2-strand twists. I'm hoping that the 2-strand twists will last, I don't know, like 3 weeks to a month, and then like I'm gonna add some Cairo shells to the end of some of them so it has a little bit of character and whatnot. But I want to talk about in this first half, because I kind of filmed this a little bit backwards. I did the second half earlier when my hair was halfway done, and now that I'm almost done, I'm doing the first half. I want to talk about my last week in therapy and also my last week at work. So I started a new job at this really cool and awesome big technology company, and previously I was working for a retail company, so like software engineering wasn't their major focus, but this company like focuses on technology, so I know that I'm going to learn a lot more and I'm really excited about that. And something that is hugely different at this company that I've noticed is like they're very focused on inclusion, like very focused on ensuring that LGBTQ folks, BIPOC folks, women are able to feel comfortable and happy in their positions. And so I'm super excited because every single person I've met there so far has been like also really energetic and enthusiastic. And also I have like really good support from my manager and my mentor. I'm going to be working on this like really cool feature that is actually going to have like immediate user impact. And so I feel so awesome to be able to be in this position and be able to learn while I work for this company. So I took my Y-Box test this week, and Y-Box, I don't know what it stands for, but kitty cat, can you please get down because you're shaking my camera? Please. Okay, yeah, my cat's not gonna get down. I'm sorry if the camera is shaking. And I hope he doesn't knock it over. Oh my gosh, get down! Get down, baby boy. Whatever, so it's basically like the Y-Box scale is a way of indicating how severe your obsessive compulsive disorder is, and I took it with my therapist. And look, when I first started, I had, out of 40 points, 35.5 on the Y-Box scale out of 40, and now I'm at 13.5. So I went from having extreme OCD all the way, let's see, June is the 6th month and November is 11th. So 5 months ago, basically, I had extreme OCD, and now I have, I believe it's on the milder side, and I'm almost subclinical, which means that I can stop doing specialist OCD work and start working with the regular therapist, and also start like, I guess, weaning off of my therapist. So I've made a lot of progress over the last few months, and I feel really happy and really good about it because it really has changed my life significantly. Like prior to going to therapy for the last, gosh, since I made it to my 20s basically, I would wake up every single morning with this like impending sense of doom and depression and anxiety, and just feeling like, you know, like, oh, when is this suffering going to end? And I'm thinking, oh, it's never going to end. So I went from that to waking up in the morning and being like, I'm a little sleepy, but I do need to get up so I can go skating or I can go do my work, and feeling like just this hugely different amount of excitement for life. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy about the impact my therapist has had on my life, and me working hard has had on my life. So yeah, that's basically what's going on. Like, I've just started a new job and it's really like fun and cool, and I work really hard by learning a lot about data structures and algorithms. Seriously, hit me up if you need like any guidance on interviewing, because I love studying, I love helping other people, and I can like give you like some guidance on how I approached interviewing. And yeah, so out here in Atlanta, I used to do aerials at Atlanta Kick. It was like Atlanta Kick. I don't know what the gym's full name is. But since COVID happened, I haven't had anything to do like fun exercise like that. So I decided to pick up skating, and I've been really enjoying skating. I can skate backwards now. I can kind of spin. I can do some jumps and balance on one foot. So I'm like having a lot of fun as well doing that. So I'm going to go back to the start, or go back to the other video and kind of like put it in here, like the one that's supposed to end, because I'm almost done with my hair. But yeah, see you soon. I would love to tell you about my next like few months with my therapist, but the first few months were very rough, or at least the first week was so rough, and she was just basically educating me on what obsessive compulsive disorder is. And I think the issue with our media is a lot of people like to convey obsessive compulsive disorder, but they convey it in a very like stereotypical and problematic way, where the person who has obsessive compulsive disorder is like super neat and loves washing their hands. And yes, like that might be someone's compulsions, but not all compulsions are about contamination or about order. And a lot of people assume if you are obsessive compulsive, your house is going to be super neat and basically, I wouldn't say perfect, but basically put in order. But that is, I feel like, a common misconception, because my house, like, yeah, it's orderly, or it was orderly, but I was basically hiding all of my mess in my chests or in my drawers or in my closets or under my cabinets so that no one could see it. And when I say no one, I'm the only one who lives here, so I couldn't see it. So like, obsessive compulsive disorder truly is not just about washing your hands. Obsessive compulsive disorder is about having an intrusive thought that creates some anxiety, and in order to relieve that anxiety, you will do a compulsion. So for an example, my obsessive thought was, if I like sleep very well, then my ringworm will spread all the way across my face. And so my compulsion was to sleep on my back and not touch my pillows, and clean my sheets every single day, clean my clothes every day, wipe a lot of things down, and really like, I didn't even shower, even though I was previously like weeks before showering every single day, like twice a day. The prospect of showering was scary to me, because if the water or my towel got all over my face, then that would spread the ringworm. And that ringworm never actually existed. So So obsessive compulsive disorder is about trying to find relief from a thought that is kind of like attacking you. Like, as my therapist likes to say, OCD is a bully, and it's like bullying you into doing things you don't want to do. Anyway, so thank you so much for joining me in my living room today. I'm very surprised that for half of my hair, I think I started my hair about 2:30 and it's about almost 5:30 in 15 minutes. So that means it's only taking me 3 hours, which means it's only gonna take me 3 hours more, and usually it takes me like 7 or 8 hours. So I'm really excited to be able to finish my hair by 8 p.m. But thank you guys for joining me today, or thank y'all for joining me, because I'm trying to get you guys out of my vocabulary. And I will continue talking about my weeks as they progressed as I went through therapy, and also how my life just completely turned around because of therapy, and turned around in a like 100% amazing way. I remember telling my therapist when we first got started that one time I went to an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and he basically like put this like nasal spray up my nose, and I have sinus problems, so I was like breathing, except for like I was breathing with such clarity. It was amazing, and I was like, I want to be able to breathe like this all the time. And so I told her that I hope that therapy will teach me to know what it's like to just breathe. Such refreshing breaths, and I've never been so refreshed and happy before. So keep joining me on my journey as I get better and better and better every day, but also as I get to tell you about my experience living here in Atlanta and working for a really cool company. If you've made it this far, please like and comment, and also subscribe. Bye!